Testing. Okay. People who lack self-respect and unfortunately resemble a crackhead. For the simple fact that a crackhead cannot control their emotions. They're willing, their desires, the void that they have in their heart is so deep and so sharp that they're willing to sacrifice anything just to fill up the void. And so a lot of people see a crackhead and they look at them with distance. They say, no, that's not me. I would never be that addicted. I would never have that lack of self-respect. But that's the beauty about the brain, is that the brain will never let you see yourself as you really are. It will keep you in denial to keep your ego safe. But then you look around yourself, you're treated with disrespect. Nobody listens to you. When you speak, nobody responds. People treat you like crap. And the reason why is because they really see you this way. There's a disconnection between you and reality. And unfortunately, a lot of people think they're walking around with self-respect, that they have, that there's someone who has high self-esteem. But what that really is you're in denial. In reality, maybe you gain respect by putting fear in people. Maybe you gain respect by being overly aggressive. Maybe you gain respect by being manipulated. But at the end of the day, deep down, the reason why you lack self-respect is because you just cannot control your emotions. So today we're going to talk about the truth about gaining self-respect, the truth about what it is to truly value yourself over any relationship. Because unfortunately, we as humans, the problem with humans is that we are emotional crackheads. We value the validation of other people more than our own validation. We're social animals. It's actually very normal. We value what you think of me more than I think of myself. What you tell me hurts me more than what I tell myself. Your compliments makes me feel better than my own compliments. We're social animals, but it doesn't have to stay that way. That is something that we don't need to be so attached to other people's opinion. We're not in the Neanderthal era. We're not in the prehistoric days. We're in a new era where other people's opinion really don't give a fuck. So we have to update our minds and be more realistic. So we're going to talk about how to develop this self-respect. Now look, there's a warning, okay? Because I was talking to a client and he let me tell me about this, and it was actually on the topic of self-respect, right? And I told him, I was like, look, you're going to have a problem because look, he lived in Compton, right? And he told me he gets bullied and stuff like that. And I told him, look, bro, if you're going to gain self-respect, something's going to happen. And it's this. You trying to raise your self-respect will cause people to actually try to put you down. The truth about self-respect is that the respect that you see for yourself, other people see that and they don't want to change that. When they see you here, they don't want you to be here because you moving up lowers them. That's what they think. Unfortunately, if you try to level up your self-respect, you're going to be met with resistance. They're going to be like, oh, who you think you are, right? Who you think you are? Look at this smart motherfucker trying to get a job, right? Oh, look at this guy with a fucking book trying to be a nerd. Oh, look at this girl. Oh, she's stepping up to me. Okay. Oh, she hasn't called me. It's been 2 days. She usually calls me the next day. Oh, look at her gaining her backbone, right? And what people will do, they'll test you. They'll even disrespect you to see whether or not you're really about that life. They'll put you down. So you got to remember that on your road to improving your self-respect, people are going to try to bring you down. There's a social hierarchy. And the social hierarchy is weighed by how much people respect you. You trying to move up, you're fucking up with that hierarchy. You're fucking up with that hierarchy. And they're not going to let you do that. And that's why it's so hard to move up once you've established a place of low self-respect. That's just the truth, right? That's just human nature. We find that threatening, right? So remember, self-respect is all about trusting your faculties. What do I mean? Listen, man. Self-respect is all about you not being able to control your emotions. It's too painful to actually sit down with yourself and feel your body. You rather get the validation from this person to lift up your mood. You don't rely on your own self. You rely on somebody else. And this makes you into an emotional crackhead, where people look at you saying, look at this person sipping down the street, right? Look at this person completely looking like a bum, and they're not aware of how they look. That's the thing. When you're a crackhead, you're not aware of how you look. You're not aware of how other people see you. You think you're having the best time. You think you're in a mansion. You think you're having more fun than everyone. But from the other person's perspective, you're in a fucking corner, in the alleyway, doing crack with your other crackhead friends. You're not in touch with reality. You're only seeing yourself from the place of your broken ego, where rather than seeing yourself for the loser that you are at this moment, you rather hate on people. You say people are evil. People don't appreciate good people. Why can't people stop playing games? Why can't people just be real? Motherfucker, that's not how the world works. Okay, that's not how the world works. And that disconnection, detachment from reality is why people don't respect it. Because you really think going back on your words gets people to respect you? You really think saying that I'm gonna leave you and then coming back gains people respect? Why the fuck are you complaining when you're doing that shit? You deserve any self-respect that you get. Like seriously, like people really think that they could do that people should just give them respect? No, motherfucker. I'm telling you, man, I know this for a fact. The only reason why people don't respect other people is because of them. Because what people don't understand, man, is that it's earned, man. It's earned. So remember, your relationships reflect your own self-respect. Pretty much. If your kids don't respect you, boo-boo, I'm sorry. I'm not even going to go there, but you know. If your classmate don't respect you, that's on you. Let me tell you something, a story. I play basketball, and I'm a very hateable person when I play basketball. That is actually a real thing, right? It's very easy to hate me because I'm really annoying. I get under people's skin. And you want to know why I used to annoy people? Because, for one, you know, I like to talk a lot of trash, but I wasn't good. But I was really good at talking trash. And I was really good at defending people. But my problem is that I talked a lot. I didn't control my mouth. I kept talking, right? And that lack of controlling what I said caused people to disrespect me. But why was that? At the truth of it, I couldn't control myself. I just have an urge to fucking talk. And so I would overtalk. I would say the stupidest thing. Remember, the more you talk, the more diluted what you say is. And as a result, people saw me as a fool. And everywhere I went, people didn't like me. Now, some people liked me because they saw that some people understand, but most people didn't. They found that to be irritating. But at the core of that, it wasn't the talking. It was just the fact that I wanted people to like me. I wanted people to pay attention to me. And that core, that lack of happiness, that lack of self-validation was at the core of the behavior that caused people to not like me. Listen to me. Self-respect comes from you validating yourself. It comes from you finally saying to yourself, I'm worthy. And sometimes it means just sitting down and saying, I don't need to act on this urge to feel good. I don't need to act on my urge, my creepy, needy urges. I could just sit here and I trust my body will self-regulate, that my body will go from this self-esteem, and if I don't do nothing, it'll recover. But most people never had this experience. When you were a creepy little kid, your mommy and daddy didn't soothe you. So you were left in a state of high agitation. Your mommy and daddy didn't say, oh, hey little Bob, hey little Jessica, hey little Quintisha, oh, feel good, stop crying, stop being a little bitch, baby, and then you stop crying. No, what happened was, baby crying, oh my Lord, oh, come on, Bob. Bob, stop fucking crying, you'll fuck this baby. Like, your body never was taught to go back to an equilibrium, right? So to all the Tiffany's out there, I completely understand. When we lack self-respect, it's because your parents, a lot of times, never soothed you. They never respected you. They never respected your autonomy and said, this baby's mad, not because of me, but because he's just a creepy little baby. Let's soothe him. But what happens with parents, when they're stressed and you're stressed, they take it personally. This motherfucking baby. And you're like, put me down, bitch. Put me down, bitch. And then if you get put down, but what happens? Your body didn't self-regulate. Your body didn't go to a calm state. So when they put you down, you were still like at a slightly agitated state. And this lack of teaching your body how to go from this to this really does create a sense of like desperation on the inside that when you grow up and now you're a creepy little toddler, you don't know why you feel this crazy, uncomfortable, unhappy feeling. Why you can't just feel good with yourself. So you got to do more. You got to seek validation, or you got to move a lot. And there's a lot of movement. Maybe you become hyperactive. And like a lot of these things causes a lot of the other behavior that makes them obsessed with people's validation. The more emptiness you have inside, the less you trust yourself. And the more you depend on other people. People are easy drugs, right? The validation of humans is really quick and high. So when we finally see that somebody can make us happy because they like us back, that becomes our drug. Self-respect is about respecting your own presence in their absence. Focus on your senses, right? Something bad happens, they break up, they leave you. Rather than sit down and observe your body, feel the sensation, you want to escape. You want to escape your mind. You want to watch that movie. You want to do that crack. You want to do anything but sit down with yourself. And you're like that mom or dad who has the baby and doesn't want to comfort it when it's crying. You rather put it down, have it watch TV, have it watch Maury, right? And then do something else. Listen, Avery, you can't do that. If your parents never soothe you, you going into distraction mode will only aggravate the problem, will only create more self-hatred. Because by you disconnecting from your body, it literally puts your body in more stress. The only reason why your mind gets stressed and agitated is because you're disassociating from the body. Disassociation happens when things go bad. It's very easy to do that. It's actually a very unconscious thing because it doesn't feel good. It's like if your house is flooding, you'll leave the house. When people feel stressed, they rather escape the body. Oh, my love, there's liberation in your body. Liberation starts in your body. Liberation starts in you respecting your presence and sitting down and observing that reality that you feel on the inside. And over time, when you start to see this, the first time you try to sit with yourself, you notice, oh my God, I do feel good. And each time you do it, your plateau will raise. And each time you do this, it'll get easier to self-regulate to the point where it becomes an instinct. But a lot of people just can't do that. There's a lack of self-love. Too many ways to escape reality. You know, it really is. It truly is, you know, like and that's why I preach this on this channel, because every other way to gain self-respect is superficial. It's not truly penetrating the reality. It's not truly penetrating the unconscious. The unconscious is in your body. You develop self-respect not by a thought, but by connecting with the body. When you connect with the body, your unconscious comes in and you start to feel more pain. And this is where the tough part is. Self-respect is choosing pain. You got to get through that pain. In Dragon Ball Z, every time Goku, for example, when Goku was going to fight Frieza, right? He had to go to another planet, Namek, and he wasn't strong enough. And when Goku, he decided to train while he was on the way to Namek. And in that training, he sweated, he bled. I mean, it was like the most excruciating workout. But every time he felt like giving up, he thought of Frieza killing his family. And then he went back and back and back. And that's how he became a Super Saiyan, right? But he had to go through pain. And you'll notice with Dragon Ball Z, anytime the main character becomes something powerful, transcends to another Super Saiyan form, they always go through pain. In order to become a Super Saiyan, self-respected person, it comes through pain. And what's that pain? Well, when somebody dumps you, rather than getting that crack, smoking that cigarette, drinking, sit down and feel that pain. Oh, it's gonna hurt. Yes, it's gonna hurt. But it's the type of pain you feel when somebody's holding your hand, where you know they're there, where you know they're supporting you, and the pain becomes balmed by the presence of somebody else being there for you. Listen, you may not trust yourself, but self-respect is a personal reputation you build with yourself. Over time, you start to see that even though it feels bad, if you sit and allow the emotions to arise and pass away, the reputation of that understanding is what builds self-respect. Self-respect is literally knowing that I've been through that and got over it. I've been through that and got over it. I've been through that and got over it. I'm gonna go through you and I'm gonna get over it. Oh, you don't want to be with me? Okay, I know it hurts now, but I'm gonna just sit and breathe and breathe and be one with yourself, right? Oh my God, Father Alex is sounding like a Hindu. Shut up, Melissa, man, right? You got to do that, man. And this is why I tell you guys, check out that course, Vipassana meditation. It's called dhamma.org. Go to that website, dhamma.org, and it'll teach, and you can sign up for a free meditation retreat, right? But how do you do this? Once you feel bad, how do you self-regulate? I'm gonna teach you guys how to do it quickly, right? If you guys want to meditate with me, by the way, you guys can join the Patreon, and we do weekly meditations. We're gonna have a meditation on Tuesday, not today because I'm busy today, but we have weekly meditation so you guys can sit with Father Alex on Zoom and meditate with me, right? Isn't that cool, right? Okay, so how do you do it? Well, I'm gonna give you guys a quick tip. So you just gotta sit and just observe the breath. Just observe the breath. Just observe, like breathe and observe. Observe the subtle sensation of breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And then your mind says, but they dumped me. Go back to the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. But they dumped me. Go back to the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And you might see this simple, but what you're truly doing is teaching your body. You're going like this. Hey, little creepy baby, relax. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, but then when you get stressed, what the fuck? You're going like this. No, breathe in and breathe out. And over time, the stress would just go enough down to be able to not act on your creepy behaviors. Right? And that's why I say, how does that work? Well, look, trust yourself. Trust your body. Listen, when you observe a sensation, your body naturally relaxes. It relaxes. It goes back down to a state of equilibrium. And over time, you will literally give yourself what your parents didn't teach you. The problem is that too many people are used to feeling better by external validation. Somebody from the outside putting something within. Boo-boo. Still haven't developed that self-trust. Self-trust is self-respect. Trust in your faculties, right? Now, the problem is that low self-esteem creates the illusion that what's missing is on the outside. That's the problem. It's literally an illusion. It's almost like, it's like watching the clown It. I may watch that movie where you're seeing the clown, but you're not really seeing it, but it feels like it's there. And so that illusion is only broken by literally acting as if it's not there. But if you treat it as an illusion and you don't act on it, and you say, I don't really need this person's validation. This is all in my head. My body will go down to an equilibrium. In order for me to feel good, I don't need that. If you treat it as an illusion and just sit down, illusions fade away if you don't react to it. Illusions fade away if you just keep in your body. Stay in the senses of your body. Observe the breath. Observe the body. And you will literally penetrate the illusion. All you got to do is create some space, mental space. Meaning, you feel like the only way to feel good is to get that response, to get that text, to see them. Test yourself. Trust yourself. Break through that illusion. Do nothing. See what happens. Observe yourself. Just observe. Just sit and watch what happens. Over time, you'll start to see that you don't really need them. You don't really need their validation. It's just an urge that you have conditioned your body to seek when you feel a certain way. And unfortunately, you have to recondition it. Recondition your mind to trust in yourself. It's like tariffs. Why do you got to look to manufacture goods from the outside? Everything you need is here. Homegrown, America first, right? Oh my God, this is Trump supporter. Listen, relax, okay? The dude's going nuts, okay? He's going a little dictatorship lately. Right? He's going crazy, man. I'm in Mexico. I'm like, bro, relax. Jesus Christ, you're gonna get me in trouble here with the Mexicans. And so once you start to trust yourself, man, that's when the self-respect will arise. But man, if you're a nervous wreck, consistently afraid of everything in life, consistently seeking validation for happiness, man, you're gonna get fucked. And you're gonna get played. You know, you're gonna get fucked over by life. All right? Anyways, remember, warning, people will put you down if you try to move up in life. Self-respect is all about trusting your faculties. Trust that just observing your breath over time will eventually lead to better, to more peace on the inside. Your relationships reflects how much self-respect you have. If people don't respect you, it's not because they're assholes. It's because you just don't respect yourself. Self-respect is respecting your own presence, being able to sit in their absence and feel good about yourself. Self-respect is about choosing pain. In order to get to that pain, to that respectful part of your life, you gotta go through pain, man. All that pain you've been suppressing, all that pain you've been avoiding, you gotta confront it. Look at it, eyeball to eyeball, without flinching. All right? If you guys want to learn how to do that, check out my courses, man. I have a course called Nice Guy and a course called Nice Girl. It's pretty much an assertiveness course on how to develop self-respect. Do that now, or else I'm closing the channel. Take care.